Hello everyone and welcome back to another PHP programming tutorial. So in the previous video we added rendering for sections. So if we have localhost / CMS / view, okay, we end up with this page. The home page is not being rendered yet, we didn't do that. However, we can go to the trips section, we could go to the lakes section, obviously. Yeah, of course, this needs a little bit of more work, but for now, let's assume that this looks good enough. We will improve things later. Okay, now, if we go back to our plan, or to do, we need now to work on viewing articles. Okay, so what we are going to do is to add a button here to view an article, and or we could actually make this a hyperlink to view it. Either way will work, no problem. Maybe I'll make this a hyperlink. Okay. So what should happen when you want to view an article? First, we need to specify how the link is going to look like. So what are we going to do? Simply here it will be article and then followed by article number. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. So let's go to the rendering section of the view. There you go. And when we are rendering the name of the article, we also need to render the link itself, if that makes sense. So to do that, let me just arrange the code a little bit. There you go. And we have A, and we end up, we close this one with /A. So far so good. Let's refresh here. Okay. Oh, didn't I save it? I saved it. Okay. So lake strips. Okay. So this is the what? Article name, article date. Yeah. So I am going to say href equals this is going to be /cms /view /article / and I need to get the article ID. Article ID, and we close it, and that should be it. Now let's refresh again. Now we get this as a link, and if I click it, we will be redirected to the article part. So far so good. So now let's work on the logic for articles when we get an article and an article number. Okay, so let's go to the control part. This is the control of the view, and we already have this one, the section. I'm going to copy the section and modify things accordingly. So other than section, we have article. There you go. So if the action is article, I go back to the, if the parameter is not being provided, which article, I will go back to the home page. Otherwise, I will check opening a connection to the database. I'm gonna load all the sections because I want the menu to render the list of available sections. Now, I will need to load the section itself later on because I want to set which section the article belongs to. So the selection of the menu should be relevant to the section, if that to the article, if that makes sense. So here I'm going to add another load. So article equal articles get article by ID. There you go. And if the article is nothing, I would just say could not connect to the data. It is not could not connect to the database. Maybe the error is different, but whatever. And later on, I will load the section. So this is gonna be article arrow section ID. Okay, so we also load the section because we need that. We don't need articles in the section. And then we render the page. So article, there you go. Now let us go to the pages, and I will copy section and modify it to render the article itself. So copy this and paste it. Press F2 for renaming, and article, there you go. Article PHP, that's great. So here we are setting, the bold menu item. Okay, if it is being set. And yeah, and I will render the menu, and instead of section, I will say article article name, right? It was article name. Yeah. I kind of forget the fields. I always forget things. So we have article name, we have article content. Okay, so let's go to the article name, article content. There you go. And that's it. We don't need a table at all. Okay, so we only have an article name and article content, and this is just a paragraph. Okay, and if everything, I think that will be all. So let's refresh and see what do we have. So you can see this article, my trip to the US, it's the trips part is set. This one, what? Article.line 14. Line 14. Oh, it's article content. Article content. There you go. Refresh again. Yeah. So now, as you can see here, we can list whatever we want and go and display the article, and the menu options being set accurately. Go to the trips again. I could select this one, and it kind of works. Well, obviously still need few improvements, so maybe not make it too close to the edges. Okay, so maybe I could say, let's go to trips, click in here. Okay, I will just say style margin left 1 centimeter, semicolon, margin right 1 centimeter, something like that, I think. Margin or padding? Padding. Was it padding? Sorry. No, that didn't work. I'm very sorry. Oops. What is wrong? Okay. style, style. Wow. Stupid of me. Okay, you can see. So now we have, this little distance, which will make things look a little bit better. Okay, so we can also use same thing in here. Let's go to the section part. When we want to display the section description, we do the same thing in here. So if we go to trips and we refresh, yeah, you can see here there is a little bit of distance, so it's not too close. Okay, so far this looks good. Okay, now we could actually work on the home page. So before we progress any further, let's go to our to-do, and basically we finished this part. Okay, so let's go to the progress and mark this one. Finished rendering article. An article. Okay, we save this one. Let me see in our to-do. I don't think I created a home page, but maybe we could work on the home page later on. Let's work on the home page later on. But for now, let us commit the changes and do something else. Okay. So the next step to follow is to create a header for this site. Okay. So again, we want the site to be a little bit dynamic. So far, there is no title for the website. There is no information in there. So basically, we will render the title before the menu, obviously, and it's gonna appear here. Okay, maybe aligned to the right, maybe aligned to the left, maybe, has a logo or something like that. So we want to improve the customize the header of the site. So let's go back to the administrator and let's log in. So this is admin and 123. Okay, now we managed to get to the admin, and inside this we are going to add something for manage header, or maybe not only manage header, I will just say settings. So let us go with that. So where is the admin homepage? There you go. Awesome. So we will just come here and we will say admin settings. I'm gonna say manage settings. Okay, so how we are going to manage the settings of the site? So if we refresh in here, I'll say manage settings. Okay, and we need to add the logic in here. So what are we going to do? Well, basically, if we go to the database script, so I created this table var name var values, and this table is gonna contain a number of key value and value pairs. So for example, in the table I will add something called title, and it will contain a string value representing the title of the site. I could add something for the color of the background, and it will contain the coloring of the background, and so on and so forth. Okay, and maybe the contact us page, for example, the phone number, and we will add the code for the phone number, the text for the phone number, or maybe a Twitter link or something like that, and we will add the link to that specific site, and so on. Okay, so this is the main idea behind this. Okay, so going back to the administrator control, we will be adding the logic for settings. So do edit action, CMS action, go down, down, down. I'll add it to the very end. At the very end, sorry. Okay, so go into this one and here. Now processing list article, this is going to be processing settings. Okay, so if the administrator is not logged in, then redirect the user to the login page. That's obvious. And then what are we going to do? We open a connection to the database, and then we are going to get all the variables needed for the settings, if that makes sense. Get the variables for site settings. Okay, so this is what we need to do in here. Okay, so let us define these variables first, if that makes sense. So I will go to the database and I will go to MySQL, and I will go to CMS, and I will go to the vars table. Okay, so we have just test values in here. I'm gonna replace this. Okay, so I'm gonna choose SQL, and I will remove the previous value. Oops, I'll just say delete from vars, and I will just give it a go, and yes, to remove everything from the table. Go back to SQL, and I will just say insert into vars values. Now this is gonna be title, and the title will be my site name, for example. Insert into vars values background color, for example, and this is gonna be just make it background color like this, and this is gonna be what do you want to make it? Light blue, for example. Okay, and insert into vars values contact us email, and this is gonna be abc@def.com. Okay, so these will be variables default values. Awesome. So let's go to the script or the database script file, and I'm going to replace this one with these. Okay, now I need to read the values, and that is an issue here when I want to get these when I want to filter based on these. I have to remember what is written in here. Now, one of the things that you could do is to define a constant in PHP. So let us create a simple class for managing variables, and also in it define these constants. Okay, so I am going to go to maybe users. I'll copy the code and paste it. There you go. There's going to be vars. So vars.php, and what am I gonna do is the following. There's a command in PHP called define, and I specify the name. Okay, so we have site title and the corresponding string value, and the corresponding string value for site title is going to be title. Basically here when I say site title, it will get me the word title. Same thing for site background color, it will get me background color, and so on. It might not make much sense for now, but basically you could, for example, in here, just showing you as example, you could just say site title. Okay, so this is not a variable anymore. This is actual. This is a constant. Sorry, this is like a constant now. Anyway, so we have site title, we have site background color, and we have site email, contact us email. Okay, so I have these. Now this is the vars class. Now we won't have members in this class. All we have to do is the following. We have to say get value, and we are going to pass the database connection and the variable value vname, and we should be able to get the results. So get row select star from vars where var name equals something, and the parameter is a string, and we pass the parameter vname. There you go. Okay, so and if nothing is being returned, we just say return null. Otherwise, we just return r of 0 of what var value, right? Let me have a look again on the column names. Var name, var value. That's awesome. var name, var value. Okay, very straightforward. So this is being used to get what? To get the variable. Now we are gonna do something similar for setting the variable value. Okay, so get value, set value. So we have variable name and v and val. That's it. So this is gonna be, instead of this, execute, right? What's the method name? What was the name? Yeah, it's execute. First letter capital. That's good. Let's go var here. So we just say execute, and this is gonna be update vars set var value equal question mark, where var name equal this. So we have ss, and I need to set the value. So we have val. Yeah, there you go. Very sorry about that. Anyway, so this seems to be what I'll just return true after the problem, return false. Okay, yeah, very straightforward. So this one sets the value, this one gets the value. So far so good. And what also do we need to do? I forgot to put a semicolon here. So now let's go to the admin and continue our work. So where is the admin control? There you go. So we get variables for site settings, right? Let's make sure we include the file, the vars file. This is gonna be vars. And let's get down to the very end. Yeah. Okay. So all we have to do is say the following. Site title equals var, sorry, vars and get value. Maybe I need to add Untitled Sense plugin. Did I add? I think I forgot. Okay, vars get value. Okay, I think there's a plugin that would make my life a little bit easier, which is PHP Untitled Sense. PHP. Okay. Let's have a look quickly. The code intelligence for Visual Studio Code. Yeah, maybe one of these would make it a little bit easier for auto completing stuff. Yeah, maybe I will do this and see for Visual Studio. Okay. Details, provide fast, camel, underscore code completion, signature parameter. No. full document symbol, blah blah blah, CSS code, PHP storm, blah blah blah, type fast. Okay, not the one I want. Namespace revealer, symbol debug, IntelliSense, I think. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, I need to install this one. Sorry, it's just that I forgot to install this one, and autocomplete speed things and help me a lot because I don't remember things very well. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's go back to our code and let's close this. Okay, so we get the variable get value. Oh, I passed the database as a parameter, and now I need to pass which variable. Okay, so you can see now it remembers or it knows the the parameter. So this is gonna be site. There you go. You can see now IntelliSense recognize what I need to write. So these are the constants I defined. So I need to get the site title, obviously. And in a similar fashion, I need to get the email, site email. There's a variable I'm defining here actually. So this is gonna be email and background color. So we managed to load these, right? And when we load these, we can actually now let's say render them in a page in order to edit them, right? So this is gonna be a settings page. Okay, based on that, let's go to the admin again, and in the admin we have add action, blah blah blah, list articles. Okay, so I'm gonna make something very straightforward and simple probably. Let's go to add article. I just copy this page and paste it again. Go here and just say settings. Okay, so in the settings page here I am going to make a form that has these variables, and I could change them. So do update settings, and this is a post. Okay, so I'm gonna say site settings. Okay, or maybe just settings. So this is gonna be title, and the name is going to be what? The name is gonna be title, and the value is going to be this is going to be site title. There you go. Awesome. The next one it won't be text area. So we have this, we have title, we have what also? Background color, and background color, something like that. And this is going to be site background color. You can see now it remembers things, so I'm doing less mistakes. Okay, and email, and this is going to be email, and this is going to be site email. There you go. So you have this one, and what we need in here, we need update. There you go. And we can add the the back button, and this is gonna be slash home, and that's it. So let's go to the administrator and refresh the page. There we go. I'll just say back, manage settings, and I have these. So this is the site title. I could do whatever here to do it. Oh, sorry. Terrible mistake. Terrible mistake. I am putting a constant. However, I am supposed to put the variable. So you have site title, site background color, and we have site email, right? These are the names of the variable I loaded. Let's refresh. Okay, so this is my site name, light blue, something like that. And when I press update, this needs to be submitted and processed. I don't have do update setting, so I'm gonna add this one. Okay, so let's go to the administrator. Okay, and do update settings. So do update settings. Make sure you are an administrator, and we are going to load the 3 variables from the database. I'll get these variables. Let me see. Oh, it's already here. Okay, sorry. I load the variables first, and then if they are provided in the post, I will update them. You know, just checking worst case scenario. So if I set post of title, yeah, title, background, dash, color, and email. Okay, so title. In that case, title equals this thing over here. Semicolon. So this is the first one. Same thing. Background dash color. This is gonna be email. So site email. Okay, and this is gonna be what? Background color. There you go. And this is gonna be background dash color. Email. Let's just, you know, make it a little bit more organized. Yeah. That should be it. Okay, so we got these values and now we need to save them in the database. Okay, so all we have to do is say vars set value. As you can see, I passed db and then the constant. So the title, this is going to be the site title followed by the variable value. So this is going to be site title. Okay, and if you have a look at this one, it's actually what the string title. Okay, and so on for the rest. So we have background color, the string background color. This is going to be what? Email. Email. There you go. And after we finish everything, we could go back. Sorry, redirect the code to the same page. Okay, so I will just call the following location. Header location CMS admin and settings. There you go. We say return. That's it. And if all goes well, I refresh again. Yep. So my site name. So the title, super duper site. I say update. Okay. Back now. Manage settings. Super duper site. Okay. And the background color red. I say update. Okay. That's it. Maybe it's better to just redirect to the main page. So instead of this, I'm going to make it go back to home. So light blue, something like this, and update. Super duper. Okay, awesome. So manage settings. So we have these, and this is great. So now you might be wondering, okay, you created these settings. I don't see anything. Well, now we are going to see how they work. Okay, just give it a second, please. So one of the things that we could do is the following. I will get this code. Actually, I'll get all of this into here. And now I will go to the view logic and do the following. At the very beginning, even before the logic starts, okay, let me just include vars. Okay, so I'm going to open a connection to the database and load I would just say die. I'll stop execution if there's a problem. So I'll just open a connection and load these settings. Okay, now this means I don't have to open a connection to the database every time because the connection is already open up there. So this is not needed anymore. And in this part also, we don't need to open the connection to the database. All right. And for the next step, again, we don't need to open a connection to the database. Okay. And and that's it, I suppose. Okay. But what do we have here? What would this mean? we will have site title, site email, and site background color already there. So I'm going to use this one, okay, in order to uh, render things, okay, or update things right away. So before that, let's just make sure that the view itself works. Okay, so I could select trips, I could select this one. So far so good. Okay, and now I will do the following. So in the views, where's the views? Yeah, we have a menu here. Now I will add a section called header and a section footer. So I will just say here, a new file, this is gonna be header.php, and it will have the following: body, this HTML tag, and I will add something called footer.php, and in the footer I am going to close the body tag. Okay, so in the HTML usually everything we write is between is inside a body tag. So for the home, I will include first the header, and then I will include footer, if that makes sense, right? And in the article itself, I will include a header and then after everything's finished I just need to include a footer, if that makes sense. Okay, and the same trick goes to section, right? So include header, and when finishing everything include footer. Okay, now header.php. I'm very sorry, I'm forgetting header footer PHP and header foot. Oh, this is header.php and this is footer.php. There you go. Awesome. Now let's refresh. Nothing changes so far. So let's go to the header and go here and say style background color. Okay, something like this, equal. This is gonna be site background color. Okay, so I updated this. Let me select home. Let me select the trips. As you can see, let me select lakes. As you can see now, I can control the site. So let me go to the admin. So localhost and manage settings. And instead of light blue, I'm going to make it red and say update. So if I go here and refresh, okay, let me return this to light blue. light blue. There you go. And say update. Awesome. Now let me go back here and refresh the page. So much better, right? So you can see now we created a simple setting, and when we change things here, all this get affected by it. So let's also work on the title itself. So we can actually before before the body tag, I think there should be something like head. Yeah, I think something like that, and this need to be site title, the variable that we are loading. So manage settings, but is it super duper site? Let's refresh here, and super duper site, right? So we can actually add some CSS to this to make it look awesome. Okay, so maybe put this in center. Something like this. And we refresh, okay? And and we could add some effect, but the main point, I could come here, just say my personal blog and hit update. And what we end up with when we refresh the page, you can see this is my personal blog or whatever. Not only that, we could later on add a logo and some effect and so on. But since we are working on this PHP, let's say free HTML head styles online. Okay, HTML head elements. Let me see. Online HTML editor. No, maybe not this one. Let's say online CSS head generator. Yeah, so there are many online CSS generators, so we could make something that looks nice. Yeah, HTML5 fixed liquid, fixed left center, include header, and the background color of it, something like that. Include menu footer. Oh no, there is no preview in here. No preview in here. Font CSS style generator. Maybe this will do. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So the HTML WYSIWYG okay, I'll just say here hello. Okay, so the font is something like this. Use this. Okay, as you can see now this is the style we will have our text in. We could use these. Now the font size we could increase, as you can see. This is the preview. We could use something like this. So maybe something like this. Words. Make the words, something like that. Now the weight, we want them bold. No, not bold. Decoration, overline. No. Why? Style, italic, maybe. Small caps. Yeah, small caps. Um, what also do you want to do? The coloring, maybe. I think black was better. Okay, so let's assume that this is the one we need. So I will just copy this part, okay, and go to our site, and I will just say here style equals, and this is, the style for the head part only. And if we go back to our article and refresh, um, wait a minute. Um, oh, maybe I don't have this font. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'll just make it times. Let me see. For Times New Roman. Okay, let's go and refresh. What? Okay, it's not working. I have to see why. So in the head, yeah, it's working. The CSS is working, but for some reason, um, hmm, not sure why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Not maybe, certainly I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so instead of this, no. Okay, let me copy this, and instead of, instead of having a head, I will just use a simple div and end it with slash div. And again, remove this one. Yeah, this is one of the problems I face a lot when I work with HTML, when I want to set styles and stuff. In many cases you get these weird situations. Oh no, yeah, you can see now it's working. I just needed to make this, inside the div, not the head. Whatever. Okay, and basically we could put this inside center, and we close this with slash center, and then we have br slash, just to add a little bit of spacing, and we refresh the page. Okay, so my personal blog, maybe letter spacing, word spacing, color, font weight, font variant. No, don't want this variant. Save and refresh, and yeah, my personal blog. Okay, so let's go to the site settings, and it will be my, or maybe all caps, my personal blog. Okay, and I say update. That's fine. Let's go here and refresh the page. My personal blog. Awesome. Okay, so as you can see, with these simple changes, now we can view articles, okay, and also you know uh, update, view articles and update the settings. Not only that, if I'm not mistaken, we could do this simple trick. Actually, we could just say this, because everything is surrounded by the body. This means that we could, apply CSS to the whole page this way. So if I go and refresh, you can see Now everything get updated to this new font. And I could select this one or maybe go to trips. Okay. And blah, blah, blah. It's working as you can see in here. Yeah, but maybe it's not a good idea. It's not very readable. So maybe I will remove this CSS part. Okay, but I just wanted to show you that such a trick is possible. Okay, yeah, maybe even, what, maybe italic. We don't want this to be italic. Let me see, refresh. Okay, much better this way. I think this is much better. Yeah, okay. And we could actually work on the footer, the lower part, okay, by adding something h3 or h4. I don't know if there's h4. Heading size 4. Okay. You could contact me at and this is gonna be site email. There you go. And refresh. Okay, and this is gonna be what? Contact me at well, this should appear at the footer. Now the issue is the body is ending here. I will have to, make this stick at the very end. So, but this is the basic idea, at the end of the page you could make this appear. So if I go to any page, it will just show, it will always appear at the end of the page. I will work later on to make it stick at the very bottom. So for now, I'm going to remove it. Okay, yeah. So let's see our progress again. First, our to-do. We made this. We made this. Okay. And we already did this, you just saw it, but it's not being set accurately. So we will work on this later on. So yeah, I think this is all good progress all along. Added header / footer with customizable title and background color. Okay, save and go here, go here and commit. That's it. So that will be all for today. I hope you find this useful. Yeah, thank you for watching and bye bye.